Are you looking to improve your communication skills and create more meaningful connections with others? In today's fast-paced world, effective communication skills are more important than ever before. Whether it's in your relationships or professional life, your ability to communicate can have a significant impact on your success. Fortunately, there are several psychological tricks you can use to improve your communication skills and achieve your goals. Here are 10 psychological tricks to improve your communication skills. 1. Body language. When it comes to communication, what you say is just one piece of the puzzle. Your body language can speak volumes without you uttering a single word. By being mindful of your body language, you can improve your communication skills and send the right message to others. First and foremost, make eye contact. This shows that you are engaged and present in the conversation. Additionally, try to maintain an open posture with your arms uncrossed and your body facing the other person. This can convey a sense of openness and a willingness to communicate. Gestures can also be an important part of body language. Use your hands to emphasize key points or to show enthusiasm. However, be mindful of fidgeting or nervous movements, as they can detract from your message. Finally, pay attention to the body language of the person you're speaking with. Are they leaning in, indicating interest? Or are they crossing their arms, indicating defensiveness? By being attuned to these signals, you can adjust your body language to better communicate with the other person. 2. Mirroring. Mirroring is a technique in which you intentionally match the body language of the person you are speaking with. By doing so, you can establish rapport and build trust, making it easier to communicate effectively. To mirror someone effectively, pay attention to their body language, including their posture, gestures, and facial expressions. Then, subtly adjust your body language to match theirs. For example, if they're leaning forward, you can lean forward as well. If they are using hand gestures, you can do the same. Mirroring can be a powerful tool in communication, as it can help to establish a sense of similarity and connection between two people. It can also be a way to put the other person at ease and reduce any tension or defensiveness. However, it's important to use mirroring subtly and naturally rather than simply copying the other person's body language. If done too obviously, mirroring can come across as insincere or manipulative. 3. Active listening. Active listening is a communication skill that involves paying full attention to the person speaking, without interrupting or allowing distractions to get in the way. This can help you to better understand the other person's perspective, thoughts, and feelings, and respond more effectively. To practice active listening, start by removing any distractions, such as phones or other devices, and focusing your attention on the person speaking. Maintain eye contact and use nonverbal cues, such as nodding or affirming statements, to show that you are listening. It's also important to avoid interrupting the other person or formulating your response before they have finished speaking. Instead, allow them to finish their thoughts before responding, and use reflective listening techniques, such as summarizing or paraphrasing what they have said, to ensure that you have understood their message correctly. 4. Power of touch. The power of touch is a communication skill that involves using physical touch to convey a message or establish a connection with another person. Touch can be a powerful tool in communication, as it can convey warmth, affection, and support. When using the power of touch, it's important to be mindful of the other person's comfort level and boundaries. Avoid using touch that could be perceived as invasive or inappropriate, and always ask for consent before touching someone. In addition, touch can have different meanings in different contexts and cultures. What may be considered an appropriate or affectionate touch in one culture may not be the case in another. Therefore, it's important to be respectful of cultural differences and adapt your use of touch accordingly. Examples of touch that can be used in communication include a handshake, a pat on the back, a hug, or holding hands. These forms of touch can help to establish rapport and trust, and can convey support and understanding. 5. Storytelling. Storytelling is a powerful communication tool that can help to engage your audience and convey a message in a memorable way. Whether you're giving a presentation, delivering a speech, or having a conversation, incorporating stories can make your message more relatable and impactful. When telling a story, it's important to be clear and concise, while also being engaging and interesting. Start with a clear introduction that sets the stage for your story, and use descriptive language to help your audience visualize the events. In addition, be sure to focus on the key messages that you want your audience to take away from the story. Whether it's a lesson learned or a call to action, make sure that your story supports your overall message. Finally, be mindful of your audience and their interests and perspectives. Adapt your story to fit their needs and expectations, and use humor, emotion, and other techniques to keep them engaged. 6. Rule of 3. The rule of 3 is a communication technique that involves presenting information in groups of 3. This technique can make your message more memorable and engaging, as our brains are wired to process information in patterns. When using the rule of 3, it's important to choose your words carefully and focus on the most important information. Start with a clear introduction that sets the stage for your message, and then present your 3 key points or ideas. In addition, try to vary your language and sentence structure to keep your audience engaged. Use different types of phrases and sentence structures, such as questions, statements, and metaphors, to create a dynamic and interesting flow. An example of this would be, when it comes to achieving your goals, there are 3 key things to keep in mind: focus, persistence, and flexibility. By focusing on what you want to achieve, persisting through challenges, and being flexible in your approach, you can increase your chances of success. In this example, the rule of 3 is used to list 3 important factors for achieving goals. By presenting this information in groups of 3, the message becomes more memorable and impactful. The language is also varied, with a mix of statements and commands, which creates a dynamic and interesting flow. 7. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's a powerful tool in communication, helping us connect with people on a deeper level and build stronger relationships. To practice empathy, it's important to put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to see things from their perspective. This can be difficult at times, but it's worth the effort. One way to show empathy is through active listening. By focusing on the other person's words and feelings, you can demonstrate that you care about what they have to say. This can help build trust and create a positive rapport. Another important aspect of empathy is recognizing and acknowledging emotions. By being attuned to the emotions of others, you can respond appropriately and show that you understand what they're going through. This can be especially important in situations where people are upset or stressed. Empathy can also be shown through nonverbal communication, such as facial expressions and body language. By being present and attentive, you can demonstrate that you care about the other person and what they have to say. 8. Active voice. Speaking in an active voice is a powerful tool in communication that can help you convey your message more clearly and effectively. It's a grammatical structure where the subject of the sentence performs the action rather than being acted upon. For example, I wrote the report is in the active voice, while the report was written by me is in the passive voice. Using the active voice can make your writing more concise and engaging, as it puts the focus on the action and the doer of the action. It can also help you avoid ambiguity and confusion, as it's often easier to understand who did what when using the active voice. One tip for using the active voice is to start your sentences with the subject, followed by the action. This can help you create a clear and direct message that is easy to understand. It's important to note that the passive voice still has its place in writing, particularly in scientific or technical writing, where the focus is on the results rather than the person who performed the action. However, in most other forms of writing, the active voice can be a more effective and engaging choice. 9. Use open-ended questions. Asking questions is an important part of communication, but not all questions are created equal. Closed-ended questions, which require a simple yes or no response, can limit the flow of conversation and prevent deeper understanding. On the other hand, open-ended questions can help elicit more thoughtful and detailed responses, fostering more meaningful communication. When using open-ended questions, it's important to keep them neutral and non-leading. This means avoiding questions that have a predetermined answer in mind, or ones that push the other person toward a certain response. Instead, focus on questions that allow for interpretation and exploration. For example, asking, "What did you think of the project we just presented?" is an open-ended question that encourages the other person to share their opinion in more detail. In contrast, asking, "Did you like the project?" is a closed-ended question that only allows for a simple yes or no answer. Using open-ended questions shows that you value the other person's thoughts and opinions, and can lead to a more engaging and productive conversation. So next time you're looking to spark meaningful discussion, try using open-ended questions to get the conversation flowing. 10. Positive language. Using positive language is a communication technique that involves positively framing your words to create a more supportive and encouraging environment. It involves using words that are optimistic, uplifting, and solution-focused. Positive language can help you build rapport, inspire confidence, and encourage collaboration, making it an important tool in any communication setting. Using positive language involves avoiding negative language and focusing on what can be done rather than what cannot. For instance, instead of saying, "I can't do this," you could say, "I'm going to try my best." This helps to shift the focus from limitations to possibilities. When using positive language, it's also important to be specific and avoid vague language that can be open to interpretation. For instance, instead of saying "good job," you could say, "You did a great job on that report. I really appreciated the detailed analysis." By using positive language, you can create a more supportive and uplifting environment, improve team morale, and enhance productivity. It can also help you build more meaningful relationships, both in your personal and professional life. Practice these strategies in your everyday conversations to improve your communication skills and enhance your personal and professional relationships. With a little effort and intentionality, you can become a more skilled and effective communicator. If you like this video, then check out these related videos to see more and make sure to subscribe and leave a like.